What's up, everybody? It's J Mac, and welcome back to Bigfoot Input. I want to thank the 7,800 people, or roughly or so, that showed up to our live last Friday. Obviously, we did not have one this week, but we will have one coming up this following Friday. So today's Monday, so at the end of this week. Okay. I'll be honest with you guys, I have a lot of pictures to get through. I've got over 50, so I'm going to split them into two different videos. I can't do them all in one video, so if you don't see your picture in this video, understand that it is in my archive and it is coming up on a future video. Okay, so we got a lot to get through, so let's see if we can kind of plow through these. Let's see what we got to see. I'm going to start at the bottom here. Okay, famous photo, 1930. Some Hagenfield lock monster, blah blah blah. Okay, cool. So, you know, it looks kind of scary. It's got some, like, one of those sawfish, got the sharp teeth. I don't know what's up with its mouth and or tongue there, but whatever. Two eyeballs on one side of its head there. Yeah, sure. All right. Anyway, here's the deal, guys. Look, the devil's in the details, so they say, right? Look at the faces on these people. Are they zombies? This guy's, like, I don't know. Are they dead? Ghosts of some kind? I don't know what's going on here, guys. Look, to me, this is just straight up AI. AI made up this fish and then did a poor job on the humans' faces down below. Because maybe it was mixed up with the, you know, whatever. Fake. This is a cool picture, but it gives me a bad vibe, and I'll tell you why. Either I don't think it's photoshopped in because of the wake of the water. You know, obviously it's taking steps into the water. What I believe it is I believe that this is a shot from a movie somewhere. And I know that one of you have seen this movie. I'm thinking, like, you know, Legend of Boggy Creek Part 2, or, you know, remember that one where the Bigfoot was dragging the deer through the water and everyone was, like, all up in arms about it? That was from that movie. And I think this is from a movie as well. And I don't know the movie, but I'm betting that somebody out there does. So let us know what it is, okay? What have we got here? This is from Paul Sullivan. I think we already did this one in a previous video, but you know, between the live and it's, you know, better safe than sorry. So thanks to Paul for giving us permission to use his pictures. But I think we can clearly see that he's captured, you know, eye, nose, mouth, almost like a beard mustache thing going on here. And then the head, and then right here, the baby. So, you know, whether this is a female or a male, we don't know. But I think what we do know is that this is obviously a Sasquatch type creature with its juvenile. And I mean, super impressive, Paul. Super impressive. I'm going to have to ask Paul where he's from. I don't know. Thank you, though. Bigfoot World. He's part of that group. And he comes to the table with some really impressive stuff. And you're going to see more in the future here. So, I think in this video. Okay. This picture, you know, floating around the internet quite a bit. People are saying that this is a leg injury because it's lacking fur, and that adds to the legitimacy. You know, the other camp is saying the arm length isn't right. It's not. It should be further down near the knee. All right, look, I can't really give details on why, but when you just look at a picture and it just hits you in the gut a certain way, and they say that you should always trust your gut, and my gut is saying that this is AI. It's a little, I know that Bigfoot pictures are blurry, but this is blurry in a different way. It's hazy. See how the fur is all just kind of, I don't know, too smooth, and it's kind of hazy. AI has a problem with fur, with hair like that. And I just, you know, I could be wrong on this, but and with the hands, the way that they're kind of cupped like that with a short thumb, I I get the bad vibe from this picture. So I'd have to say maybe, but I don't think so. And I just, yeah, I don't have an answer for this, but I don't think so. I don't think you're real, buddy. Sorry. This is just a different version of a picture that we've seen numerous times. I'm sure you've seen this guy sitting on the log, and then there's like another dark spot over here at the end of the log, and you know, people are arguing that it's not real because you can see where the costume doesn't meet the shoe quite properly, and there's like a bit of sock there that you can see. The only reason I included this picture is because it reiterates what I said from the beginning, is that the break where we're seeing this sock, quote unquote sock, is this log. This log has been cut, you know, here and then here. Perfect straight line there, leaving this little nub of wood sticking out of it, and that is obscuring this creature's leg. I think this is 100% real, and it's a fantastic picture. Look, you can even see where the ear doesn't quite jut out. Like, I mean, I've heard that testimony so many times, like they don't have ears that stick off their head like we do. And I mean, it fits. It absolutely fits. So anyway, it's an old picture. I don't want to take up a bunch of time on this because, again, we got a lot to get through, and that is just not a priority. Tommy Boy Productions. I believe, okay, second time on the show. He's he's a big follower. He's at the live shows every Friday. Glad to have him there. He sends in some pictures recently. So I've been going through my old pictures and coming across these pictures that you might want to see. So, we're going to call this Pareidolia. I don't think this is anything. But up here, you've got, look at this bangs here, the forehead there, with the cranial ridge, and the nose, and the eye, and the high cheekbone, the leathery sort of face with the dark hair. We may even be looking at some anatomy down here. We're going to hold the giggles in the class, but I think we're looking at breasts, you know, and I think this sort of looks like a kind of a female style face, but either way, I think we definitely caught something here. Very interesting, Tommy. Thank you. And I have more from Tommy, you know, as I said, coming up. Okay. Okay, this is an old boring picture. I don't, you know, I threw it in there. I don't know why. There you go. There's this blurry thing down there, which could be a Sasquatch. It could be a guy in a robe. You know, it could be a tree stump. I don't know. It's on the railroad tracks. So it looks like it's walking on the tracks. Is it a Sasquatch? I don't know. I don't think so. Could be, but you know, what good is that? I mean, like, it could be anything. But it's so far away and it's so blurry that it's just a complete blob. No detail at all to be had there, so we're gonna move right along. Freddie submitted this one, which I think is cool. And thank you for the permission to use your picture there, Freddie. They circled something up here. Somebody did. You got a little head there. A little something going on there, maybe eye, nose, I don't know. But what I find interesting is down here. These little guys, you know. And I've heard a lot of talk about forest creatures, and you know, you could say Sasquatch, you could say forest creatures, you could say fairies, whatever you want to say. They all fall under the forest creatures canopy. And I've heard about big and small and different shapes and sizes, and we've seen them. So I think what you got going on here is you might have something up here for sure, but also these guys here, I wouldn't discount these. And if we look closer at the picture, somebody, not me, added some eyeballs so you can kind of get a little bit of perspective. And I think that's cool. Like, especially this guy here, you can see his like head and his ears and the eyes and little nose and the mouth there. Now, what is it? I don't know. Is it a Sasquatch? I don't think so. I think it's something different. it's weird, whatever it is. And of course, we dig weird. I think this was added into this green dot, probably added in by mistake. I don't think that's a thing. There's sort of a unadulterated. All right, well, thank you, Freddie. Appreciate your contribution, and I think you have a couple more that we'll be showcasing here soon. All right, I'm just going to touch on this, and I'm going to say what I have to say, and I'm going to move on. Dr. Meldrum, you know, there was an incident between him and David Paulides at a conference recently that kind of didn't really paint Dr. Meldrum in a great light. And if you know, you know. If you don't, it is what it is. I'm not going to go into it. But he posted this recently, and I'm sorry I didn't get a great screenshot of his posting. You can go on his page and check it out. But he's talking about the Jacobs photo of the, you know, the two creatures that are like bent over in like a primate sort of fashion. You know how they got their arms like flat on the ground. And a lot of people have long believed that those are Sasquatches, you know, and I'd say I'm somewhere on the fence on that. And some of these pictures that he posted, he's correct. I mean, yeah, that's an old, you know, old mangy bear. You know, this guy here, which I've covered this photo before, it's a bear kind of digging into this like barrel. They use these as bait to get the bears to come in and feed and stuff. So, you know, even this one of the creature running off, it's like, yeah, it's probably a bear. But I'm going to tell you something. He said he added this picture into his collage. And that, to me, he offended me with this. I'm like, are you telling me that after all this deliberation, Dr. Meldrum still thinks that this is a bear? With the perfect cone-shaped head, the lack of neck, the big left arm muscle here. You can see the knee because it's kind of laying. I think there's another arm here. He's kind of resting on his back arms and staring off this way. But we've seen this picture so long. But anyway, so I was like, you know, if he thinks that that's a bear, I gotta question his ability to. I just gotta question his opinion. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't want to start a pissing match with anybody, and not that he listens to these videos anyway. But I know he's well respected and stuff like that, so I'm not trying to like step on him. But I just don't. I don't know, man. It's not a good look. Not a good look. So Boise Bigfoot posted this recently, and they post some interesting stuff. I kind of like that channel, but they said that this is one of Scott Carpenter's catches. Now, I'm not ignorant when it comes to Scott Carpenter. I mean, I've met the guy, you know, rest in peace and stuff like that. But I've never seen this picture ever, and that's weird to me. And I even posted to them, you know, on their post there, and I asked them about it. I'm like, are we sure this is Scott Carpenter? And they gave me some fairly detailed, like, oh yeah, go here and go there, you'll find it there, check this out. Well, I didn't find it, but the way that they responded, it kind of it seemed honest to me, you know, if that makes sense. So if anybody actually has a link to where this picture comes from on Scott Carpenter's page, I would love to see it. I don't know. I heard that it's a still from a video. And again, I've seen a few. I've seen his Dogman and different ones that he's done. I've never seen this one, and this one seems that it should be the most famous out of any of his pictures. So I'm sitting. It's very weird to me. I'm sitting in this weird position that, I mean, I don't need to break this picture down for you. This is a Sasquatch. This is plain and simple a Sasquatch, or it's a really good costume, you know, and that's possible too. But if it's got Scott Carpenter's name on it, then I'm going to take it a lot more seriously. Despite Scott and I's difference in beliefs as far as, you know, Nephilim and things like that, he was still a serious researcher. And this is a serious picture. So if anybody has the scoop on this as far as where you find it on Scott's social media, I would love to know, because I'd love to get under that video and actually have a deeper look at it, you know. But anyway, thanks to Boise Bigfoot for posting it and bringing it to our attention, you know, and keep doing what you do. You know, keep squatching, so they say. This one came in on a very, I'm going to say, irreparable social media site, so I'm not going to say who they are. This is just a member of that site posting this, saying that it came in through the BFRO Investigators Network, whatever that means. So, straight out of Washington, you've got, you know, the age-old question, does a Bigfoot pee in the woods? And it looks like that, or he's doing something with this tree that maybe we don't want to know about. But what's interesting about it, you can see his nose right there, kind of a side profile of the face. I mean, you know, it kind of all fits. This looks a little bit like, let me come back to that. You can see right here, you can see a big calf muscle, you know, huge calf muscle. The only thing that gets me is here. What the hell's going on here? It looks like a guy with, you know, like a fur, like a woodsman guy. He's skinned this, whatever the hell this is, like a wolf, and threw it over his, like a shawl. Because you can see his arm here, and it's fairly skinny. And then it goes down to almost like he's wearing gloves or something. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think this is a Sasquatch. Like, I kind of want to, like, I'm like, what is this? This is like this is like a head of this animal that he's got skinned and thrown over his shoulders there, you know? I don't know. What the hell's going on back here? See this guy here? Like, the hell is that? I don't know. Is it Pareidolia? I'm confused by this picture. This whole picture just sucks. So, I'm going to leave it on your lap and I'm going to move on. I don't have time for that. So, let's see. What else do we have here? Okay. Liz Rodriguez. All right. Thank you for letting us use your picture, Liz. Liz is going to call this a wolf person. Okay. I am not here to argue. Because she obviously saw the creature up close and we're not seeing it. We're just seeing it through a picture. These are 2 pictures, by the way. We're just seeing it through a picture. Is this it? Yeah. It's close up, but it's too close up. We need to go backwards here. So, all right, just flat out again. I wasn't there. I don't see a wolf person. And in fact, a wolf person is going to have to, that I'm going to have a real nice picture of a wolf person to say, oh yeah, well, there it is. That's a wolf person. They exist, that sort of thing. But anyway, I think what we do see here for sure is we see a humanoid creature, and you can see the eye and some sort of nose structure here and a mouth and the sort of, I wouldn't call it round. I mean, it comes down at quite a slope. The chin, the head-chin ratio thing. And then you've got shoulders here, which lead down into like a body structure, whatever. So I think it's fair to say that I can't tell you exactly what it is, but it's interesting. It's definitely something. And like I said, Liz claims it's a wolf person, so I mean, that's interesting enough as it is. I don't know. But I look forward to more pictures of whatever, she finds. So, what else do we want to do here? What else? I'm gonna do this one right now. Okay. Look, I've contacted Swan Lake a couple times. And, asking for permission to showcase his pictures. He's never contacted me back. So, we'll just move forward with that. This is a Swan Lake Sasquatch. I mean, why? Okay. It's just kind of you can't undeniable that that's exactly what that is. Very cool picture. I mean, he has awesome pictures. I think everybody knows that. Now, let's go down here to our boy from Florida, Billy from Florida Bigfoot. And he has a very similar looking creature caught on film. There's your eye, nose, mouth. Everything else is shrouded in trees, a lot like this guy he's trying to do. He seems to be doing a better job of it, frankly, but very cool shot. I think it's obviously a skunk ape, which is what we call him here in Florida. And I may have seen this picture before, but I was a little shocked by it when Billy posted this recently. So thank you. If you're not subscribed to Florida Bigfoot, head over to their YouTube channel, their Facebook, and subscribe. They're excellent. Thank you, Billy. And what else do we got? We got a couple more to get through, guys. Patrick Hart posted this on one of those pages where all they do is make fun of you when you post something, because the page has no freaking moderators. It's just a matter, it's like a snowball. It's just gone, it's just like, whatever. So he posted this, and he had a story that went along with it. I believe something, I don't know, something about his dad and him in a field or something like that. Anyway, they took this picture. Now, is there definitely anything here? Well, no, but I do find it interesting. It's from fairly far away, and the picture itself is not great quality, but it almost looks like you've got like a head and shoulder, arm back up to the torso, which then leads to the leg here. I think this is grass. I think this is like tree line, but a leg here that goes down. I don't know. He says that these posts here are 4 foot tall. Now, again, the posts are closer than the creature, but if you were to put that, over there, you'd be somewhere up here, which puts this guy in the, 8-9 foot range. I mean, if that's indeed a creature, which that's not my claim, but it is interesting, and I thank you for Patrick putting that out there. It's hard to put things out there and then get ridiculed for it. Like it's ridiculous. So it takes some guts to do that. Let's see, what are we gonna do? All right, let's talk one more time about Paul Sullivan. I still have other pictures from him, by the way, so upcoming in next video, stay tuned, sort of situation. He's got a picture here of a face, and I'm not gonna say it's like scary, but it's a little unnerving, I guess, when you see it. But you've got the mouth here, and you've got the nose with the nostrils 1 and 2, and then you can look at this a couple different ways. You can look at it as the eye being here, but I think what's going on here is I think you get the eye here and the eye there. And then you've got the head back here, because the nose is facing this way where you can see both nostrils. So I can kind of see 2 different things here. It's one of those, like, it's kind of like an optical illusion, but I believe that's what we're looking at, is a Sasquatch face kind of facing straight forward towards us. Thank you, Paul. Okay. There you go. So this came up the other day, and of course, I kind of squashed it, and then I got an argument about it. People will argue anything, okay? But I'm gonna get you in close here. We're gonna have a good look at it. There you go. Okay. So that is a Sasquatch, and if you want one, you can head down to the Home Depot, and you can get yourself one for $163. That sounds like a pretty good deal, actually. I'll get one of those myself. I do believe that this is the guy, and I took the liberty of sort of photoshopping him into this image and sort of did some blurring and different things. It's not an exact replica of what's going on here, but this, I don't think, just because of the arm, I don't think it's the same statue, but there's a bunch of different variations of this statue. But I do believe that that's what's going on here, is that you have someone's taken the statue and they've changed the, the opacity and the color saturation, things like that, and they've just sort of photoshopped it in. And it looks like they almost kind of blurred in some sort of little bush here. Yeah, so I don't buy it. Not buying it. Sorry. Okay, I do believe we've reached our grand finale. Kathy Westerman had this picture sent to her. I'm not going to say anonymously, but she knows the people and she's been to their property, and she says it's very active. A lot of, hoots and whistles and things like that, but I don't have the folks' name, and that may be by design. I don't know, but either way, we're going to move. We do have their permission, so we'll move forward on this picture. So here's the thing. We're in Florida here. So is it a black bear standing on two legs? I would say that is a strong possibility. Bears do tend to hold their front paws like this when they're standing up. You can see it kind of comes to an elbow, comes out, and then kind of just dips down on that. The paw dips down because you got the joint right there. I would say that checks out. You can see the penis right here. Again, as far as anatomy goes, that also checks out as far as what it looks like he's got mange or something though. Like he's missing fur up in here. And then you got the legs, which again, there's your big flat foot, and that also checks out. So, ultimately Kathy and I are of the same opinion that this is probably a black bear on two legs, which in itself is, I'm going to call it a rarity. I mean, I did some internet searching to find pictures of black bears on two legs, and you can find them, but there's not a ton. So what I did was I zoomed in on where the head should be, and then I changed the lighting, and you can kind of start to make out something right here that absolutely does not look like a bear. Eye, nostrils, almost looks like, I don't know what, dragon, kangaroo of some kind. I mean, I'm not really sure, so it's hard to say exactly what's going on there. But I'll tell you what, the bear itself is not what I find fascinating. What I find fascinating, and I did it in different, color schemes to try to see what's what, nothing great. What I find fascinating though is this dude. Has nothing to do with the bear. Am I the only one that's seeing a Sherlock Holmes looking guy with a big chin and a mustache, maybe a pipe here, the nose structure, eyeballs, and even some sort of conductor hat? Okay, there's the zoom in of the actual photo. Maybe not a conductor hat. Maybe it's like a wide brimmed kind of hat. I just think it's crazy. Like, what started out is this a bear or is this a skunk ape? I think it's fair to say it's a bear. But I'm more attached to this. I mean, did this bear... Why did the bear stand up on two legs? This is obviously a trail cam. So the trail cam was maybe set off by motion. But I mean, bears just don't necessarily walk around on two legs. I mean, like I said, they can get on two legs and they can lean and crawl and whatever else. But I mean, they usually don't walk around like that. So it's bizarre that the camera went off at the exact second that the bear is up on two legs. So again, why is the bear on two legs? Was the bear reacting to this entity? You know, I'm just gonna jump to a conclusion and call this something spiritual, something otherworldly, ghostly, whatever you want to say. Was the bear reacting to this? That's why. Is that why the bear is on two legs? Like I said, show me a trail cam with the bear on two legs, please. I just would have to question. Like I said, they don't walk around like that as a all the time as a normal. They just don't walk around like that. And this dude is standing straight up on his haunches. So why? I don't have an answer. So that's the long and short of it. I want to thank our members, every member that's on this channel. If you want to be a member, you can go to our front page, click join. It's like $1.99 a month. It's nothing, but it does help our channel quite a bit. And like even right now, I'm facing technical difficulties with the device that I'm using, and I'm gonna have to replace it if I want to continue to make videos. So I appreciate all the support. I appreciate everyone joining Patreon. We do have a channel over there with a little bit of content. We try to post things that are not acceptable on YouTube, on Patreon, or also our members on this channel have access to that. So again, I appreciate the support from everyone, and we will see you guys on Friday. And this is J Mac, and I'm out.